Well, I'm Dan Garodnick, and I have the privilege of hosting the After the program for Community Board 8 Speaks. And we're going to turn the tables now, and I'm going to have a chance to pose a few questions to my guest, Dave Liston, who did a very nice job asking me a whole lot of questions before.
Thanks.
But I wanted to talk to you, Dave, a little bit about a program that you are involved with, specifically at the Holy Trinity Neighborhood Center. You know, you introduced this church and neighborhood center to me many years ago. They do extraordinary work on the Upper East Side. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, thanks, Dan, and thanks again for being on the show. It was a lot of fun to interview you.
I enjoyed it too.
I did bring up the neighborhood center. I brought it up because I see it as something that you've been a part of, and it's something that so many people have contributed to. And it's a chance to affect our community in ways that are perhaps not as big or global as some of the things we've talked about on the show, but I know you'll agree, just as important.
Definitely.
And that's why you've participated in it, and I know you continue to do it. And I know together we have fed our neighbors. We've prepared meals for them. We've sat down with them. We know there are people who are hungry. We know there are people who are homeless, who are nearly homeless. And the chance to sit down and enjoy food and fellowship with your neighbors is something that's very special.
The New York City homeless population has climbed to about 57 or 58,000 New Yorkers, which is an incredible number and has just sort of gone through the roof. So to have programs like this available to people is of increasing importance. And yes, I have been so happy to come by and be part of it, and you know, you do a nice job. When the volunteers show up, you're a man of action. We love it. You give everybody their instructions. I don't know if my sons followed all of the instructions. You know, for those who are watching, they're 4 and 1.5, but they did their very best.
Especially with the cake. I remember they liked handing out the cake.
They were good with the cake.
Yes.
I think they were cake specialists, is right. But they're really, it's just a nice, warm environment, both literally and figuratively. And you know, you guys do a great job in running it. And it's an every week situation.
We do. We serve this supper every Saturday. We also have a shelter every night of the week in which we house some of our homeless neighbors. And every Tuesday we offer a lunch to senior citizens. And at Thanksgiving we prepare and serve and deliver Thanksgiving dinners to hundreds of homebound neighbors as well as homeless folks.
Well, I hope the people watching are tempted to come and lend a hand sometime, because I think it's a great program. How would somebody learn more about it?
You could go to htnc.org. That's our website. You could show up any Saturday late afternoon around 3:15 at East 88th Street, 316 East 88th Street, and folks will be very happy to welcome volunteers there. There's something very uplifting about it, and you know this. You'd think it would be sort of a sad experience, but it ends up being a very positive, uplifting experience.
Well, that's great. Well, thanks for sharing that. And this has been the after the show portion. There's no blooper reel here, but we're glad to be talking to Dave Liston, who, you know, did a great interview before, I thought, asked all sorts of good questions, but I'm glad I had a chance to turn the tables a little bit. Thanks, Dave, for being here, and thanks to you all for watching.